same as a Monday, is it?
That's correct, yeah. So what we're going to demonstrate here is, we sell this vehicle as a development vehicle, right? And it's meant for customers who are doing ADAS development, okay? That they want basically a safe, reliable, and cost-effective vehicle platform to do innovation for ADAS. Like a typical customer, they might, as an example, put their camera system on here, tie it into some algorithms that they're writing, and then tie into our system, control the vehicle, make it autonomous to demonstrate that function. So test and validation and development. So what we're going to do is we've got a precision GPS up here from Novatel. We also wrote algorithms that close the loop based upon a GPS, and we pre-recorded a path around the track. So now what we're going to do is we're going to have the vehicle follow that same path. And
so you're not using any sensors now, just using the GPS?
GPS only. And we've got algorithms, Kalman filters and things like that, and we've got specialized lateral and longitudinal controllers to close the loop back on to control steering angle as well as throttle and brake. So what I'm going to do is, there's our path, predefined path, purple right there. I'm going to hit the magic buttons on here. Okay. Oh, how about if I put it, this one, okay, yeah, there we go. How about if I put it in gear, right? Let's do it again. Right. Okay. Should start going, it'll go.
What's it doing?
Oh, how about if I put it in drive?
Yeah, it might work. It might drive.
Is it just driving? No.
There we go.
There.
Okay.
Oh,
So right there, it's regulating back. It's on.
just wanted to get to the path.
Yeah. So right there, we're following that path. You can see the GPS right there.
Yep.
This GPS, we're using correction factors that come in through the GPS network, a PPP, precise point positioning. So those correction factors are coming down, and we're accurate right now to within about 10 to 15 centimeters, which for this track is, and what we're trying to demonstrate, is more than accurate enough.
Yeah. What's the safety net in case the signal falls or something?
The driver would be me, and I'll demonstrate that. We'll go around again, and I'll demonstrate that capability. So our longitudinal controller, we close the loop back on vehicle speed. We regulate. So if our loading changes based upon the number of passengers or things like that, we'll regulate. And I think we can regulate to within a mile an hour, which is fairly good. In our lateral control, we haven't quantified it, but we think we can regulate to within about 8 centimeters.
Is it able to adapt to road conditions if those are changing?
No, because we don't get into that level, because that we've got the low level function to control the vehicle, and then we built another level on top to control our lateral and our longitudinal, and what you're talking about would be another level on top, and we probably won't.
Because you know the map, it's pre-recorded, but something might change on the road surface, and then you need to be.
Yeah. See, we're not trying to develop that level. Our customers would buy the vehicle to develop those type of features, right? And have a vehicle to test those features in. And there's a lot of different people developing aspects of autonomy. So there's 100 of these vehicles out there in the United States alone, all being used in autonomy. Quite a few around Metro Detroit, and quite a few in Silicon Valley. A lot of companies are using it, and the system works so well in the United States, we decided to bring it to Europe. So what I'll do is I'm gonna re-enable the system. There we go. I'm gonna take back off again, and I will demonstrate some of the safety features of this system. So
is it accelerated?
No, this because this is a test platform. We're not doing like a production system.
Okay.
This is meant strictly
just
to be
for
a test-
development
It's for
purposes.
development. It's to give the engineers a system that they can immediately start developing ADAS solutions.
Understood.
So right here, let's say I don't like what the computer's doing, I can easily just take control of the vehicle. Now I'm in manual mode right there, and we wrote the software, so right now, just for demonstration purposes, I can put it back into autonomy mode very seamlessly, and continue on with my experiment. So these are nice features that the customers that they like. I can also override the system by just hitting the brake. Again, I have manual control. All right. So those two methods of override are very good methods, because if with an autonomous test vehicle, if you're in a true panic situation, right, your natural inclination is to hit the brakes or to turn the steering wheel. So we work within, I guess, naturally what a human would do, a person would do. We don't. You'll see there's not a big red override button here. You don't have to hit an override to disable the system before you take manual control, because, again, if you're in a true panic situation, your brain isn't wired to sit there and do that first. You're gonna jerk the wheel or hit the brake.
So, for example, if you have a more complex map or route, how long does it take for you just feed it into the system and the system knows, or you have to do some driving for the system to learn the?
Well, what we have right here is, I mean, we could take this and do this in a much more complex environment, because we're just creating waypoints based on GPS, and connecting those waypoints, and then creating a path and following it. So, I don't know if, like, when you say a more complex,
So
like,
I can look at Google Maps, define my waypoints, feed it into the system, and then the system knows to take me from point
yeah,
to
and
point. Is that doable?
that's all doable, but that's not something that my company is involved in right
Okay.
now. I'm sure there are companies that are developing that higher level software to do that. There's a lot of software and algorithms that have to be developed for a fully autonomous vehicle. I mean, we don't do anything right now with this vehicle to do obstacle detection and avoidance.
No, I was
Yeah,
just thinking about the route as you input this path. Maybe you can. Oh, this was just for the demo, not for.
Yes, this was just for this demo, which we
Just to
we
show the
actually
control.
we recorded it as we drove around. Then we're doing a playback. But to make it fully autonomous, to go from, one location to another, you break it up into segments, and as long as you can navigate that segment under all conditions, now it's just a matter of get to the end of the segment and add another segment to the map based upon, or add another segment to your route based upon a GPS map, right? And then you connect the segments, and before you know it, you're driving. I mean, that's really how to do it. So, actually, since I'm going to drive, I'll just go ahead and let it drive again. So I went past my thing. So yeah, it'll just sit there and repeat the same path all day, as long as I get good GPS data. So what is Jaguar? Are you doing? You should be working in autonomous.
I'm personally involved in active safety.
Active safety. Okay.
System engineering from end to end.
Okay.
So the full thing, including sensors, human-machine interface, controls, actuators.
Is Jaguar doing anything in autonomy, like an autonomous fleet?
As everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
It's a trend.
Doing at least 2 big projects, aren't you? One in Greenwich and one in M42, Coventry, Triangle.
So do you have test vehicles right now based on a Jaguar platform?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody does.
And you know what it takes to buy wire? Probably a platform. Yeah, it takes quite a bit.
Yeah, the difficult part is maybe when you want to make sure that you equip the vehicles with the right level of sensors or the right level of technology, because if you're planning to deliver something in 2 or 3 years time, you need to make sure that you have the right sensors, not an obsolete variant.
So Yeah. So even though you're Jaguar, I mean, you were kind of related to Ford at one time, so maybe you need some Ford test vehicles, some vehicles like based on a Mondeo to put a lot more sensors or to get a lot more engineers doing development, because engineers need test vehicles.
Yes.
Right? To do their
Vehicles are
development.
not cheap.
What's that?
Vehicles are not cheap, at least the JLR ones.
Well, and I could. That's yeah, and everybody only has a certain amount of money to spend on a platform. So we provide a very cost-effective and safe and reliable platform based upon a Mondeo. So I'll have to get your card, all right, so we can follow up with that. So,
Thanks very much for the ride,
well, you're welcome.
everyone involved.
Okay.